you can still hear the roar. Close your eyes and you can still see it. Were you there the day England beat the world champions?
That's why you play the game, isn't it? For days like that.
Yeah, it's one of those days that it's just, I'll never forget.
You feel the flamethrowers alongside you, you hear 80,000 people cheer and chant.
Fortunate enough to come on when we were a few points up. A Christmas present, my parents got the shirt framed along the New Zealand one, and you sort of look at it on the wall and it says first cap against New Zealand in that win. No one's going to ever take it away from you.
I think you always want more, don't you? You want to go out there and achieve something.
And this team goes into English rugby history.
So now it's about backing that up, isn't it?
Hello and welcome to O2 Inside Line, where we have all the exclusive content from inside the England camp coming up. But before that, Tom Wood and Ben Morgan look ahead to Saturday's RBS Six Nations match against Scotland.
Scotland's tactics are likely to vary from New Zealand's. Here you can see New Zealand attacking and Chris Robshaw getting in over the ball, putting pressure on. James Haskell's up off the line, making a mess, and that's what eventually leads to Manu's intercept.
We say we're an untidy defence. So it's not everyone in a pristine line. You're going to have people getting off the line, putting pressure on.
It's virtually impossible to stop a drive legally once it's set and once it's moving forward. The way to stop a drive is obviously at source, steal the ball in the first place by good line-out defence. And if that doesn't happen, by piling in, and we always talk about the first couple of seconds being the most crucial.
We work hard on discipline, no silly penalties, and you can see clearly that we're in what we call a white wall, onside, behind the back foot, ready to go up and put pressure on them. And there's a key example here. You can see after the tackle's made, you see three people that are working hard, staying on their feet and putting pressure on that breakdown, which again slows their ball down, allows our defence to get around the corner and set and then get off the line again.
The New Zealand game was a huge positive, but it's only one game. Scotland are going to come with very different threats, and we've got to start all over again.
Next up, it's David Strettle in charge of player camp.
Have you got anything you want to plug? Plug your book before he gets pulped?
I don't understand what pulp means.
They took all 500 copies that were printed, they take them and they crush them up, they put them in liquid water, and they separate the paper and they turn it into something else.
Like more paper, recycling paper basically.
A recyclable bag, or even sometimes pencils.
Like,
They probably actually made the letter out of one of your books. Not one bit of your banter or your legacy.
You did invite me to a barbecue as well.
I think we're burning.
ritual burning of Ashley's books.
Yeah.
It's brothers telling tales in Teammates.
When he was younger, he couldn't work out what his thumb was, so when they used to say, put your thumbs up, he used to just put his finger up, so...
Yeah, when the tractors used to go past, Mum used to say, put your thumbs up, and I used to go like that. I know now, but yeah. It took me a while. I'll do it tomorrow for him. I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do that tomorrow. I'll do that tomorrow, and it just carries on, carries on, carries on. Mine was probably some Norfolk, lovely bit of stuff.
It's a bloke, wasn't it? No. If he gets you a present for Christmas or your birthday, you'll know what it is a good week before, because he gets too excited, he has to tell you.
Yeah.
I was about 11. I was doing the 400 metres and I really needed the toilet. Finally my turn anyway at the blocks and ready to go. And it was on your marks, and that was it. I couldn't hold any longer. And I wet myself just before the gun went, and I didn't start running until I'd finished. And,
which I shouted out in the crowd,
Tom,
he just wet himself.
Yeah, and then brother then stood up and went, I can't believe you just wet himself. And there was a lot of people there, so. Yeah, mine would probably be breakdancing. I did it between the ages of 6 to 13, so yeah. Well, my old man put his arm around me and said, look, son, look, a girl loves a guy who can dance, and he showed me the ropes, so.
I can't dance to say. But it's true, though.
In today's Team Behind the Team, we get technical.
We try and monitor what the team's doing. In training, the boys will wear one of these vests, and this is the GPS, and this sits between their shoulder blades, and this basically reads to a satellite. It has the ability to look at accelerations, decelerations. We can tell how far they're running, what speeds they're running. So we want to make sure some players, say they're coming back from a hamstring train, are able to reach top speed before they go back into a match scenario. It tends to be our scrum halves. They have to be at every breakdown, so they're running continuously and they clock up a lot of metres. We have about half the team that will wear them in a game. It's for the players to see and the coaches to see. In terms of international level, every little bit helps. We try and make sure we're judging it right, not working them too hard, not working them too little. So come game time, the balance is right.
David Strettle focuses player cam on James Haskell.
I see being back in camp. Mate, it's a great atmosphere, so competitive. Blokes just carrying my analysis computers. Yeah, pop me in the other room, Chip. Yeah. I'll get the Scotland game on. Yeah. Here we go. Sorry, we're coaching. Come on, Captain, yeah.
That's all we have time for this week, but we'll be back next week with some more exclusive behind-the-scenes content as we infiltrate the England camp. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.